What's going on, y'all? This is Huggie Pacino back with another video. Zozibini Tunzi of South Africa won Miss Universe. But I want to talk about the fake outpouring support of black people. In particular, black women who are hashtagging Black Girls Rock, Black Women Are Beautiful, etc., etc., etc. I want to talk about the fact that this standard of beauty in America doesn't exist. Black women are not accepting this as a standard of beauty in America. If they were, they would be raising their daughters to look like Zozibini Tunzi. And every woman they all cannot be athletically built. They can't all be the perfect shape, so to speak. But they don't strive to raise their children to look like Miss Tunzi. So the fact that there's this outpouring support because she's black is disingenuous. It's not real. And the reason I'm saying this because I remember when Lupita came into Hollywood and, she had a few movies here and there and she got a lot of attention. And they were saying, Lupita's beautiful. I'd be thinking to myself, I'm a dark-skinned male. I remember growing up and I remember a lot of insults about dark people in general. People of dark complexion. Mainly when girls are too black, they will say things like, oh, you black as hell. She's beautiful for a dark-skinned female. I remember these things. So I want to say that the standard of beauty in America has nothing to do with the opposite race as to why you don't accept this as the standard of beauty. Remember, black people can create their own identity of the standard of what beauty is when it comes to black men and black women. You don't accept this as the standard of beauty. Being body positive, being overweight in America is somehow now considered a standard of beauty. And I'll admit, I find myself liking overweight women to a certain level because I just think that if you're too big, I can't rock with that. But I digress. It's not about my attraction to whatever. But I will say this. If you want to sit here and talk about this woman is beautiful, you need to be the one to say, well, single motherhood is the blame for this not being the standard of beauty based on the fact that, well, you got black women wearing weaves, you got black women that are not doing this to their hair, they're not bleaching their skin, they're not trying to be in shape, they're not trying to eat right. These are contradictions of your support. The only reason we're cheering is because it's a black woman. The only reason we say anything about the First Lady and Obama's quote-unquote wife, as they call it, is because she's black. As a matter of fact, let's just be honest here. We look at Obama and Michelle, and we look at those two and we say, oh my God, I want to be just like them. And I'll be thinking to myself, like, do y'all understand that the government has the most conspiracy issues? Like, who's to say that these people aren't just faking for the camera and just pretending to be a couple just so he can fool you people to make himself look good? But I digress from that. It's another topic. The way this is not the standard of beauty and the way you people celebrate this, you should not. Because black single motherhood is not, they're not raising girls to accept the way they look. Like, this lady's beautiful. Her complexion, her natural hair, her teeth, her eyes. Her intelligence is beautiful. I actually watched a lot of her interviews. Very intelligent lady. She puts majority of black women in America to shame. And you all should take notice that, well, black women in America, we have a problem. Because this woman, we're sitting here cheering because she won Miss Universe. And she's a representation of South Africa. For the record, I want that to be clear. Let's not make this a race thing until you acknowledge that in your own backyard. And I'm only speaking for America because this is where I live. In your backyard, you wouldn't dare say this woman is the most beautiful woman in the world. You're only saying it because she's black. How many of you knew who she was before she won Miss Universe? Was there a large majority of black women in America that knew who this girl was? Did you know she existed? Did you know what she was doing prior to her winning Miss Universe? No. I'm pretty sure you didn't because, well, I didn't know. I've never heard of her. But I've seen a lot of women that look like that who I find attractive, who I thought was beautiful. And I know women that look better than her. Built just like her. Look just like her. A little bit better than her. Who are intelligent as her. Short hair, natural hair, whatever you want to call it. Just like her. So you can't call me the pot calling the kettle black. So what about you? Being that you're the black woman, if you're watching this, let's just be honest with yourself. You wouldn't dare call this girl black girl magic. Well, you don't even salute it on a daily basis. Because if you were, you would at least have half of America looking like Miss Tunzi here. Or at least acting somewhat intellectually smart as Miss Tunzi here. Anyway, I say all that to say that this outpouring support of this black woman is not genuine. Because this is not the standard of beauty in America. And it's y'all fault. Not the opposite race of people. It's not a systematic white supremacy. It's not none of that causing this standard of beauty to not exist. See, she don't have a head full of weave. She's not light-skinned. She's not 50 pounds heavier. None of that. So let's just keep it real. Let's be honest with ourselves. Leave your thoughts in the comment section and like, share, and subscribe. It's Huggie Pacino for the Huggie Pacino Effect, and I'm out. Peace.
Now that's Huggie Pacino certified.